Freedom. Petition. Freedom of petition. What is freedom of petition? Where can we find it? Can we find it in high schools? Let's find out. Oh, hello there. Before we look at freedom of petition at Huff High School, we need to look at freedom of petition in the past, specifically 1962, South Carolina. The year is 1962, South Carolina. 187 petitioners consisting of African American college and high school students marched to South Carolina State House grounds to peacefully express their grievances regarding civil rights for African Americans. Although the crowd of petitioners did not engage in any violent conduct and did not threaten violence in any manner, police officials ordered that they must disappear in 15 minutes or face arrest. Petitioners failed to disperse and were convicted of common law crime of breach of the peace. After their convictions, the students thought that there was a complete absence of any evidence of the commission of offense, and they were denied due process of law. In an 8-1 decision, authored by Justice Potter Stewart, the court reversed the criminal convictions on the black students. It was clear to the court that arresting, convicting, and punishing the students under the circumstances disclosed by the record, the state infringed on the students' constitutionally protected rights of free speech, free assembly, and freedom of petition for redress of their grievances. Now let's see how students at Huff High feel about freedom of petition.
I would petition for is 3 tardies per quarter.
Something I would petition for is 30-minute lunches.
Alright, something I would petition for is a smart lunch, which I've seen at other schools, and you have like an hour-long break in the middle of the day. You have 30 minutes to eat, and then 30 minutes to go see teachers, do homework, whatever else you need to get caught up for the rest of the day.
My name is Austin Dameron, and at Huff, I'd like to petition for crop tops.
Something that I would petition for here at Huff is the actual enforcement of the no homework over break school policy.
I'd sign that petition.
Something I would petition for here at Huff is to be able to go to Chick-fil-A during lunches.
Something I petition here at Huff is for a cap on the number of AP classes you can take.
Something I petition for Huff is to get Jhanvi expelled.
How do administration feel about freedom of petition at Huff High School? Hello, Mr. Goins. How are you doing today?
Doing good today.
How do you feel about freedom of petition at Huff?
I think that was very valuable. I think that's the correct way that students should address concerns that they feel strongly about by getting their other students to on board to show the principal that in the administration that that's something that people are concerned about or something that they want change, that they feel strongly about, and that would be the proper way to address that.
Thank you so much for your time.
Go, Jhanvi.
Hello, Mr. Gamola.
Hello, how are you?
Great. I have a really quick question for you. How do you feel about freedom of petition at Huff High School?
I'm okay with it. I think the students have a right to be heard. I haven't seen a whole lot of instances where petitions have, worked out well for students and or anybody else. But it is a way for the kids to be heard, and I think they should have that ability.
Thank you so much. Hi, Mr. Farley. How are you doing today?
Good morning. I'm great on this Thursday.
Oh, perfect. I have a quick question for you. How do you feel about freedom of petition in schools, specifically Huff High School?
Love it. Support it. You guys got to be able to go around, say what's on your mind, wear what's on your heart. Love it.
Yeah. What would be an example of petition that we would make that you think that we would believe in?
2019. Explicit, sicko mode, all day, every day cafeteria. Don't forget about Mo Bamba.
When students come to you about possible petitions, for example, the walkout last year, what are major concerns that you face when deciding to allow them or not? The first concern that I address is safety, as well as if it is disruptive to the classes that they would be in. I also address if they are student-led versus staff-led. I'm more likely to allow a student-led petition to go on. I also want them to unify students rather than to divide them. The march was about school safety and not gun laws. It was about getting people to register to vote. There was not direct references to one side or another during the march. How do you react when these petitions are directed at school policy? I first assess the validity of the petition. What is the reason for their petition? Is it legal, or is it because kids don't like the rules? These are some important questions to ask myself when deciding whether I will move forward with it. Coming and talking to me also makes it easier to get these petitions passed because it shows that you are directly involved and stand for whatever you are speaking about. Are you in favor of students starting these petitions inside the school? I think it's important that students start petitions because it shows that they are able to exercise their rights at school. It also allows them to voice their opinion if they truly believe in something.
Hello. We, as students, have seen petitions at Huff High School like the walkout, as well as school dress code.
This quote from the First Amendment shows what framers mean by petition. Congress shall make no law abridging the right of the people to petition the government for a redress of grievances. Today, SCOTUS counts petition as something that is a nonviolent, legal means of encouraging or disapproving government action, whether directed to the judicial, executive, or legislative branch.